Hi guys, Alex here. So in this video, I want to talk about the most important metric you should know before you start any Facebook. So basically, when you start Facebook advertising, and you need to have kind of like some understanding what you're getting into, or even if you're already seasoned advertiser, you need to understand what you're getting into, and you need to know your numbers. So what I'm talking about is one of the numbers that you should really kind of like understand, and you should really know about before you start any advertising, or if you're already advertising, you should really figure out in order to make it more profitable and more sustainable for you. So this number is the lifetime value of your customer. So what I mean by that is when you are advertising, and I want to put it for you that way. So when you are advertising for any business, maybe you're doing for a client, maybe you're doing for yourself, maybe you're doing for a local business, maybe you're doing for e-commerce business, maybe you're doing for, I don't know, selling your webinars, your coaching programs. No matter what you do, basically what you're doing one single thing. And that thing is you are buying customers. This is it. This is like the definition of the advertising on Facebook or on any other platform. You're buying customers, and the reason why you're using Facebook advertising is because you can buy customers faster. You can buy customers on demand. So for example, you can go and if you need more clients for your business, you can go and rely on referrals. You can ask people for referrals. But if you want to do it faster, kind of like, then you have to kind of put some channel in place where it will be more predictable and more reliable and kind of like on demand. So Facebook ads is like on demand. You launch your ads, you see the feedback. If they're working well, you scale them. So it's kind of like on demand. If you want more customers, you spend money on advertising, right? And so how much you'll be able to spend to get that customer is one of the most, if not the most important metric you should know about in your business. Because for example, if you're e-commerce business, and if you know that your margins, your profit margins after fulfillment, after product cost is 50%, right? And you know that your average order value, so on average each person in your business buys for let's say $100. So which means with your profit margins, you can spend up to $50 to get a client, to get a customer, right? But then let's consider that each customer, like one transaction, on average they buy for $100, but then in the period of like that next year, they'll buy, let's say, for another $50 on average. So the average lifetime value of your customer is $150. And so what you can spend to acquire a new customer is not $50, but $75, because you have that kind of like margin where people buy from you later on, but that's still profit from the same customers that you're getting on average. And so your lifetime value then will be $150, and you can spend $75 to get a new customer. And so like that will be like, once you understand those metrics, that will be kind of like easier for you to invest into advertising. So even if you're spending, let's say, $55 to get a new customer, maybe you're just like breaking even, maybe you're making a little loss on the front end. But then if you understand that on the back end of your business, you'll make your money back just like in a few months, if you have that kind of like if you have that cash flow, if you have that money prepared to invest, then spending money will become easier and easier for you, and you'll know, okay, so if I'm spending $55 to get a new customer, in let's say in 2 months, 3 months, I'll get my money back, and I'll still have that customer. And if I treat that customer well, like he can refer me to other people, so you kind of like grow your customer base, and you do it on demand. So if you're just looking at it from one transaction perspective, so if you're just looking, okay, so I need to get my CPA lower, I need to get my CPA to $10, I need to get my I don't know, like cost per buyer for like lower, right, to certain extent, because that's what I'm making front end. You'll not be able to scale your business as much. If you have that understanding, if you have that calculation, you'll be able to scale your business much faster. And what it allows you to do, once you have that number, once you understand that, okay, so these are like $75 that I can spend to get a customer. Once you have that understanding, what you can do, okay, How do I get it higher? How do I make my lifetime value higher so then I can spend not 75 bucks but 100 bucks? So what are other options? And so you can start thinking about implementing things like, for example, raising your prices. Maybe selling some bundles of items. So on average, each customer buys from you not for $100 but $120 or $150. You can start thinking about things like automated email sequences that will be sent to customers based on their behavior, based on whether they bought from you in the past. So you start to treat your business differently because you start thinking about this number and how you can improve it. And if you improve this number, your whole business improves, because the more profit you're making, the more customers you can acquire, and basically if you're working on improving this number, your profit margins will increase, so you can spend more money on developing better product, you can spend money on better support, you can spend money on better marketing, you can spend money on better hiring influencers. You can start thinking about other channels that you can implement. But just thinking about this one number will change everything for you, because I worked with businesses that basically they're focused on one dimension, like one transaction. And I try to, with some of them, with all of them, I try to communicate that we have to work on lifetime value. We have to kind of push it forward. We have to think about not just one-time transaction, but about 6 months, 12 months. How do we increase that? How do we make more profit on the back end of the business so then we can spend more money on advertising? That's what not many people are talking about. Only few people are talking about, and and people are only talking about some triggers, some little features, some little tweaks, which are not as important as this understanding of lifetime value for customer and how much you can really spend to acquire that customer. So guys, I want to really think about whether you're just getting into business, or you already have a business and you want to take it to the next level. This number will literally drive everything for you, and if you figure it out, you'll be in an amazing spot and you'll have amazing time growing your business, and it will be much easier for you if you monitor that number and work on growing it. Guys, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel. There are also some freebies for you, so please grab them, and I'll see you in next videos. Thank you.